In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 17, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Eastern Michigan versus Kent State. Eastern Michigan looks to play the role of spoiler when they visit Mid-American Conference leader Kent State on Friday night. Eastern Michigan lost to Akron on Thursday, 78-51, and also lost against the spread as plus 9.5 underdogs at home. Kent State destroyed Western Michigan on Tuesday, 82-58, winning against the spread easily as minus 11 favorites. The Golden Flashes took the first meeting between these two. Now they host. Eastern Michigan will try to snap its 4-game losing streak when it travels to Kent State on Friday night. The Eagles have gone just 3-10 in their 13 Mid-American Conference games this season, falling to 6-20 overall this season. Kent State is tied with Toledo atop the standings, so it cannot afford a loss on Friday. The Eagles are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Golden Flashes are 16-5-1 against the spread in their last 22 home games and 28-11-1 against the spread in their last 40 games overall. The over is 6-2-1 in Golden Flash's last 9 home games. The home team is 11-5 against the spread in the last 16 meetings. The favorite is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Golden Flashes won the last meeting by 14 points on the road, barely winning against the spread as minus 13.5 favorites. In that game, Eastern Michigan shot 41.1% from the field and 21.1% from 3. Kent State shot 46.7% from the field and 25.9% from 3 on 27 attempts from beyond the arc. The Golden Flashes won't jack up threes like that again, knowing they can full well run right through the porous Eastern Michigan defense. The hosts are a fun team to watch when they get going. They are strong, athletic, and have some major high flyers. In the Eagles' last 2 games, they scored 63 points against Toledo and just 51 versus Akron, both defenses that rank lower than Kent State does. The Eastern Michigan Eagles are a bad team that's not playing better lately and loses on the road by an average of 7.5 points. The Kent State Golden Flashes are 7-3 against the spread at home, where they win by an average of 20 points and allow 38.5% shooting from the field. A lot of points, but Eastern Michigan is awful. The Golden Flashes have won 3 in a row against the spread, 2 of those as double-digit favorites, and the favorite is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these schools. So the Kent State Golden Flashes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When these two last met on January 17th, they combined to score 140 points. These 2 teams are in the top half of Ken Palm's tempo ratings. Eastern Michigan is 51st and Kent State 153rd. This is usually an indicator of some fast-paced, high-scoring action, and though we will get the first half, the second might not be so true. Combined, these 2 teams have had 28 of their games hit under the total this season. The under is 4-1 in Kent State's last 5 games versus a team with a losing record. Eastern Michigan only put up 63 points against Kent State the last time they played, and they scored a miserable 51 points in their last game, hitting just 19 field goals. I don't expect them to do much better against the best defense in the Mid-American Conference, which will hold this score where we need it to be. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dayton versus Loyola Chicago. The Dayton Flyers will be going for their 3rd consecutive win when they face the Loyola Chicago Ramblers on Friday night. The Flyers are coming off a 70-56 win over St. Louis as 5-point favorites. The Ramblers are coming off a 64-62 win over UMass as 4.5-point underdogs. Dayton won the only meeting between the 2 teams. Dayton is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games following an against the spread win, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following a win. The over is 9-4 in Dayton's last 13 Friday games. Loyola is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 0-4 against against the spread in their last 4 Friday games. The under is 6-0 in Loyola's last 6 Friday games. The Flyers have won 4 of their last 5 games. They don't have a high-scoring offense, but they shoot the ball well, making 47% of their shots. They rebound the ball well and they're very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball and won't give the Ramblers a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Ramblers aren't very good defensively and they don't play much better at home, giving up more than 71 points per game, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Flyers in this game. The Ramblers have lost 4 of their last 6 games and 5 of their last 7 home games. They have played well offensively at home, scoring more than 72 points per game. They've struggled at the charity stripe, making less than 70% of their free throws. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Flyers and won't get a lot of extra scoring chances against them. They've also been careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Flyers, who averaged more than 6 steals per game in their last 3 games. The Flyers have played well defensively and they're just as good on the road, holding opponents under 65 points per game, and will keep Loyola Chicago's offense in check. Dayton has won 4 of their last 5 games and has defeated 2 of the top 3 teams in the A10 in their last 2 games. Loyola has had a down year, but they have won 2 of their last 4 games and will be at home for this game. Dayton is very strong on the defensive end, only allowing 61 points against per game. The Flyers also have the rebounding advantage in this matchup, so the Dayton Flyers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Flyers are averaging 69 points per game and 63 points per game on the road. They scored 85 points in their only game against the Ramblers. They play at a very slow pace, averaging 66.7 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 71 points per game at home, so expect them to hit their average in this game. The Ramblers are averaging 68 points per game and 73 points per game at home. They scored 81 points in their only game against the Foyers. They play at a faster pace, averaging 69.3 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 64.5 points per game on the road, so don't expect them to score enough points to push the score past the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Yale versus Pennsylvania. The Yale Bulldogs will head down to Philadelphia to face the Penn Quakers in Ivy League play from the Palestra. Penn leads the all-time series, 97-51, but Yale has won 4 of the last 5 meetings. Yale moved to 17-6 after beating Columbia at home. The Bulldogs roughed the Lions up in the second half and poured it on for a 30-point victory. Yale is scoring 76 points per game while allowing 61 points per game and shooting 48.2% from the field. Yale has won 6 straight games and they now rest atop the conference standings, with the upcoming back-to-back set to be make or break. The Bulldogs are 7-3 in Ivy League play with a 6-4 road record. Senior forward Matt Knowling scored a team-high 22 points in the win over Columbia, and he leads Yale in scoring and rebounding. Frontcourt mate E.J. Jarvis double-doubled in the first meeting with Penn, and he's tied for the team lead in boards at 5.2 rebounds per game, while scoring 11 points per game. Penn moved to 14-11 following a road win over Harvard. The Quakers jumped out to a double-digit halftime lead and held on to down the Crimson by 8 points, 80-72. Penn is scoring 75 points per game, while allowing 72 points per game and shooting 46.1% from the floor. Penn also comes into this one streaking as winners of their last 5 games, and they sit just a game out of first place in the conference. The Quakers are 6-4 in Ivy League play with an 8-4 home record. Jordan Dingle is the guy for Penn, and he's arguably the best player in the conference. The 3-year starter has scored 23 points or more in each of the last 6 games, including a 27-point outing in the first meeting with Yale. Dingle leads the Ivy League at 24 points per game, enjoying a magical season. Sophomore big Nick Spinoso leads the team in rebounding, while scoring 8 points per game. Yale is 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following an against the spread win, while the under is 6-1 in their last 7 games following a win by 20+ points. Penn is 4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall and 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 12-2 in their last 14 games following an against the spread win. Yale heads into a very challenging back-to-back this weekend, and business may pick up for them quickly when they make the trip to Philly. The Quakers as home underdogs are appealing here for the simple fact that there's a good chance they get a heroic effort from Jordan Dingle. The league's top scorer has been on a tear since the turn of the year, and a win here at home home would propel them up to the top spot in the conference. This should be a tight game between two of the better teams in the Ivy League, but home courts mattered as the home teams won the last 10 meetings and covered in 9 of the last 11, and Penn is trying to play catch up here, and a loss would make it really hard for them to push for the regular season title in the conference. It should be a very good game, so spot Penn the points in Philly for safety this Friday. So the Yale Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Yale's outings this year have an average total of 137 points, 6 fewer points than this game's over-under. Yale has gone 7-3 over its past 10 games, with a 5-5 record against the spread during that span. The Bulldogs put up only 4 more points per game, which is around 76, than the Quakers allow, which is around 72 points. So far this year, 13 Quakers games have featured more than 143.5 points scored. Yale has only seen 7 of its 21 games go over the point total. With all that said, Yale tends to play at a more methodical pace. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.